Hey, what's up you guys? This is Junior Trader, and in this video we are taking a look at, is it all over for semiconductors? This is the end for the AI stocks. Let's take a look at Nvidia, AMD, ARM, Broadcom, Micron, Sandisk, TSM, Intel, and Seagate, all of your favorite stock in this one video. By the end of this video, you will have clear understanding how to approach these semiconductors going in this week. And with that, I want to let you know, none of this is any financial advice, only for education purposes, just sharing my opinion. Please do your own thing. Also, I would highly suggest you go to my channel and check this video out, guys, how to approach trading, okay? Now, this video goes into all the principles that I use and what has made me net profitable over the course of many years. All those principles I have talked about in this particular video. That is how to approach trading, how to become a profitable trader. A very important video. Check this out. This will clear so many of your doubts, and this will also give you a proper guideline on how you should even approach trading. How you think about trading may not be the right way. Okay, if you want to be a net profitable trader, you should watch this video. Okay, I use examples here as well in this video, so a lot to see. All right, let's get back over here in this video for our semiconductors. Now, Nvidia here, guys, look, yes, we had some bounces along the ways. Those did give us some strength back again for a day or so, but then let's get to the hourly interval to start off with. We did break the structure, and I don't remember if I told just on the members only videos or YouTube video here. If you know and you have seen my videos, that's great. If you don't know, then it's most likely came out on the members only videos. Okay, but the point is that I mentioned this zone to my members after the price started to lose this. After the breakout above 216, we got that run up, but once we lost 224, this very day I mentioned to my members that any rebound, as if we're not getting above 224, we will remain in the weakness, and that level held, rejected, bam, we came back up. This is where things were looking fine again. Nvidia did regain 216 and 17. However, the following day, technically it already sold off in the pre-market below that zone, and that's where the weakness was back in again. All right, so the point being, now it's just not only a multi-day weakness, it has lost a proper structure. Nvidia has lost that yellow zone, 212 to 215. Losing that zone in itself puts Nvidia in a more breakage to the downside now. You can also see, if you are a trend line person, for a reference, it's not going to be a perfect line, but you get my point. For a reference, it has lost that structure. Can Nvidia come back? Look, even if it comes back, I would suggest Nvidia can better only be traded as a day trade or multi-day. Swing moves right now on Nvidia are hard to come by, but yes, you can carry your multi-day into swing as long as structure holds. Okay, now, but anyways, as we stay below yellow zone this week, and technically we are in the negative structure, 214 or yellow zone below area, Nvidia is technically in the negative structure. And let's see if we test this week 194. That's a possibility. Okay, if we have to see a comeback, we'll have to start to get above yellow zone, then only there's a possibility of a turnaround again possible. Otherwise, right now, yes, the structure is broken on Nvidia over here. Okay, AMD here is also losing some structure. This yellow zone was our trailing overall structure area. We lost it. That is, overall structure is breaking right now. Let's get to the hourly interval. Okay, now overall structure is broken right now, and also multi-day we are broken to the downside on AMD. Okay, we are heading to the downside. If a bounce come, don't take it as it's a buy. What we want to see, if the strength has to come back on AMD, we have to close the day, that is Monday, we have to close it either closer to 487 or above that. If AMD can do that somehow on Monday, it has to happen on the start of the first day of the week. If it doesn't go above that, structure will technically still remain negative. Yeah, right. Okay. And if it gets above that, then only there is a possible, again, strength possible. First of all, multi-day strength, and then we'll see if this take out the high here. Looks like right now likelihood of taking out this high even through the bounces is quite less. I think this is most likely the high, but again, we'll see the price action as time evolves. We have to respect and trade with the price action, as if we even come up. Most likely for many days there's a likelihood we may go sideways. If you still have any position, for any reason you didn't take profits, which you should have now because it's also losing overall structure, bounces would be the time to manage your position again, which is to size down in this case. All right, taking a look at ARM over here, guys. ARM, okay, this zone I provided to my members. Now with my members, I talked 25 plus stocks coverage. If you are interested in all of that, check out the details in the description of this video for my memberships. Now ARM is, let's get to the hourly interval first. Now ARM, in my previous videos, I have mentioned that it's in the weakness, and we will not gain strength on this unless and until we get above 394. That was prior day when I talked about it. Below that will remain in the weakness. Technically 387 was the zone. Below that we will get in the more weakness and will continue lower, may most likely test the significant level. We are very close to that, but that doesn't mean we got to the significant level, now we're gonna go up. No, it doesn't mean that. Now what we have to see is if a bounce happens here, as long as though we are still below 362, this yellow zone, technically we are still in the negative structure here. Only above that we can possibly then again go for a retest. Okay, 426. Now these are definitely big cap stocks. I won't be surprised if these highs are retested after coming down. I won't be surprised if the highs are retested or a little bit of lower highs formed. So, but also, as long as structure doesn't show us that confirmation, we cannot really call for that retest. So just because I said doesn't mean that the retest is going to happen. What I'm saying is that we have to see the price action give us indication of that. If price action gets above those levels that I mentioned, then only retest comes in the play. Otherwise, no. These, yeah, sure, can go down as well, right? So because we are right on the downward structure, and that's what we have to focus on. What is the current structure telling us? And then we prepare our positions according to that. Broadcom. Now Broadcom, guys, I already mentioned that this is not a buy here for sure. These are our bullish trade. Not gonna repeat myself here. I have told my members about that. Once earnings happen, no one knows what's going to happen through the earnings. That's why I always say just get out or take profits, and whatever your position you have, size down, get out, and all that stuff, right? Now the thing is that 440 below, I said that even if, yes, 404, this is just going to chop around here, bounce around. It's not going to be a buy again unless it gets above 440. And as if we lose 404 below, it's going to be just dumped to the downside, and we are getting that downside move. So it wasn't really a bullish trade. I mentioned that it's just not going to be working out for the upside unless it breaks above 440, right? And then, yeah, right now it has a room to come down to 356, Broadcom, okay? And below 404, Broadcom will continue to remain in the negative direction. Micron, end of Micron, guys, okay? Now, look, it is in the multi-day weakness for sure. All right, previously I have given you some levels on that, and we are still, this is the zone I mentioned, right? We rejected there, those days continued lower, right? I mentioned that below this will start in the weakness, retest, rejected, also came down, lost significant level, and this over here, all right, lost that, came down, getting very close to the significant level below. Now it's in the multi-day weakness. Yes, overall same argument, these things can go for a retest, but are we seeing any confirmation of that? No. So even if retests have to build, guys, signals of that would show up by Tuesday and Wednesday, even if that has to happen. So you are still a day or two away, even if we have to see some possibility of retest, but a day or two will tell us, is the retest going to possibly happen to the highs again, or we just gonna continue lower? because right now we have to respect the structure, which is to the downside. Okay, so the point is that 915 below this zone area, Micron will continue to remain in the negative structure. I'll just put a zone here. Below this zone, Micron will continue multi-day pull. It's more than a multi-day weakness at this point, but it's, you know, getting to the next zone here, that is 811. Now, this is more of an intraday level here, guys. That's why you will see this zone on the hourly interval. Okay, but the point is that I'm highlighting here because it's important to visualize. It just makes it easier for me to explain. Okay, so yeah, the 808, we may see some bounces here, guys, but just don't take them as if we're gonna go to the new highs. That, as I said, will take 2 days at least, even a confirmation, to see if the retest would even happen. Otherwise, there's high likelihood we may see a higher low somewhere at this significant level. There's a high likelihood of that. Even through the bounces, we may see those higher lows, sorry, lower highs. Okay, because we did lose a strong significant level. Okay, yeah, Sandisk. So Sandisk is also teetering right at that edge. Definitely it's also in the multi-day weakness. I have been talking about this zone, that is the zone of 1709 area, and I said that yes, it's still holding, however, it's mostly going sideways, and anytime if it loses, weakness will begin. And we got that. Once we lost that level, weakness came. Okay, so yeah, and at this point, yeah, below yellow zone, guys, we will remain in the weakness. If we don't regain yellow zone, retest is not going to happen of the highs, and we will most likely remain negative for coming days. TSM was fine until here. Okay, not anymore. The way it's losing the structure, it's very weak right now. Excuse me. TSM also would have to regain some zones, like it has to first get above 421, then only there is a strength possibility come back. Otherwise, below 421 will remain in the weakness. Okay, and then definitely there's 430 also, but let's start first with 421. If we don't even get up there, that's still a rejection zone on TSM here. Okay, Intel, guys, I already told my members long time ago that, guys, this is gonna go sideways and down. That's it. Okay, and we have been getting that. And Intel, and this is what I'm telling you, Micron may do and other ones may do, is like retest with a little bit of a lower high. All right, and then continuation to the downside. Not guaranteed. We have to follow the price action with the confirmation. And I talk about all of that in my videos here, but most likely on the members videos. YouTube videos, they come out when I feel like doing them. Okay, and anyhow, Intel right now is to the downside. So yeah, and it's still in the weakness. And going in this week, this significant levels that you are seeing here, 104, is just an overhead resistance. Staying below that will keep it in the downside direction. Okay, Seagate, and we'll wrap up with that this video, guys. Seagate is also right now in the multi-day weakness, because two significant levels are already, well, the one below the first significant level tested is already lost, which means, and you can see that in the precise price action, we lost, retested here, you can see rejected, right? So retest of the significant level and rejection. If you need access to my tools, guys, check out the details in the description of this video. There are also discounts for 1 year, and many members, they requested 2 years membership. So there is a higher discount if you happen to join 2 years membership. However, I would recommend that you start with at least monthly membership so that you get the taste of the tools, and then get on to the yearly with the discount, or 2 years discount, right? That way at least you will get to first test the waters. But again, if you already know what I'm talking about here, you have been seeing the tools on my videos, and you know that, yeah, these concepts, you know how to use it, then go ahead, you can take a discounted yearly longer term membership as well. It's up to you guys. But The members usually request the longer duration with the discount, so that's why I do offer discounted membership for the longer term. So Seagate is still, yeah, so Seagate is in the negative structure, okay, right here. And below that, multi-day weakness, and yellow zone is technically a last line of defense. But the problem is that this is the zone you are watching, 808. 808 above is only where at least some first leg of possibilities there for a retest up here. But then if we don't do that, then just, we're gonna stay in the negative structure, okay, on Seagate. Okay, that's all I had for you in this video. Definitely also don't forget to check this video out, guys. The Become a Profitable Trader, how to approach trading. You will learn a lot. And with that, I will see you in my next videos, guys. Take care. Bye.